Thomson sponsors STV Weather.
And finally, 10 new galleries are preparing to open at the National Museum in Edinburgh following a £14 million redevelopment. They feature science, fashion and technology with a particular focus on Scotland's global contributions. Some of the highlights include an 18th century court dress as well as an energy wheel and Dolly the sheep. Susan Ripple's been taking a look.
In the 18th century, this was the kind of gown women would wear to formal occasions. A far cry from what we're used to today, it's just one of thousands of objects now on display in 10 new galleries at the National Museum.
The brilliant thing about having 400 years of fashion in one gallery and not presenting it chronologically is that you can see how fashion is cyclical and how it's constantly evolved and how designers today are continually looking to the past for inspiration.
The 10 galleries span across 3 levels, bringing together science and art all under one roof. It's taken years of work to get to this point, not to mention 21,000 hours of conservation to get these objects ready for display.
We had to move 62 truckloads of exhibits. There's 5 aircraft above my head, which we had to move from the National Museum of Flight in East Lothian here to the centre of Edinburgh and then hang them in mid-air. It's a huge undertaking.
Always one to turn heads, the world's first cloned mammal to be created from an adult cell, Dolly the sheep, takes centre stage on her own podium. There's plenty to interact with, like this energy wheel, which allows visitors to generate their own power. The Art of Living gallery includes this wall panelling from Hamilton Palace, which until now had been stored in pieces in New York.
It came across in 13 great big crates. We had to reassemble it. It made no sense at all in the crates. It was totally mixed up. So we spent, back in the early 1990s, weeks and weeks working out what we'd got. And then recently we spent 500 hours reconstructing it.
The revamp is just the latest phase in a wider plan to transform the attraction, with plenty on offer for visitors to get carried away in science and art. Susan Ripple, STV News, Edinburgh.
And that's all from us for now.